Hello students, let us start our session for chapter 8 electromagnetic waves. Here, as we know, with the charge carrier, electric field is existed, and while these charge carriers are moving, along with the movement of the charge carrier, magnetic field is generated. So here, based on the Ampere's circuitous law, magnetic field is existed at a point outside with the capacitor also if it is connected with time varying current. Earlier in chapter 2 we have studied capacitor, in which we studied that if the electric current is provided to the capacitor, it starts to store the charge in the dielectric medium. Based on that, electric field is generated around the capacitor. Now if with that capacitor time varying electric field is provided or time varying current is provided, then also with the capacitor magnetic field can be generated. But here with this Ampere law, some inconsistency is found by the Maxwell, and he suggested that magnetic field is generated based on the displacement current. This displacement current is nothing but based on the surface area covered by that particular current. So the current due to changing the electric field, it is defined in terms of rate of change of electric displacement, that ID equal to JD into S. ID is the displacement current, JD is the displacement current density. So JD is del D by del T, that is displacement current density, and that D displacement is epsilon into E, that E defines electric field. Based on this displacement current, Maxwell formulated some set of equations by involving electric and magnetic fields. These equations are known as Maxwell equations, that is for the electromagnetism. Here, based on that Maxwell equations, existence of electromagnetic wave comes into the picture, which is time varying electric and magnetic fields, which able to propagate in the air in free space. While this electromagnetic wave is propagating through the space, having the highest speed of velocity, that is the speed of light, that speed of light is available around 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And based on this condition, Maxwell found that light is also an electromagnetic wave. In technology increases, the Marconi gets the revolution in communication, and he defined that this electromagnetic wave existed, he able to demonstrate, and by that electromagnetic wave communication can be possible. Here let us go through the set of Maxwell equations. First equation is available based on Gauss law of electricity. It defines that electric field is integrated in a closed loop. The symbol of integration with encircle defines a closed loop integration with respect to area. So that is a closed loop integration of electric field E dot dA defines the total charge present within that area. So integration in closed loop E dot dA equals to Q by epsilon 0. Next law is based on the Gauss law of magnetism. It suggests that integration of magnetic field in closed loop gives the 0 result. So in that closed surface, as we know, number of magnetic field lines are entering, same number of lines are moving outside. So net magnetic field in closed loop is 0. Based on this function, we can say that magnetic field is integrated in closed loop with respect to area is 0. Third law of Maxwell equation based on the Faraday's law, it suggests that electric field is integrated, closed loop integration with respect to the straight line dl length. It gives the magnetic field variation. So if change in the electric field is available, it gives you the magnetic field in terms of flux. So integration of electric field in closed loop dot dl equal to minus d phi b by dt. Next, fourth equation, that is based on Ampere's Maxwell law. This suggests that integration of magnetic field in a closed loop in a straight line, it gives the electric field component. So here the constant value of magnetic field mu 0 IC. As the IC current is flowing, magnetic field is existed, and change in that current or change in the magnetic field, it will give you the electric field, electric flux variation. So B dot dl with the closed loop integration, that is equal to mu 0 IC plus mu 0 epsilon 0 d phi E by dt. By focusing on fourth equations, last two equations 3 and 4, this suggests that change in the electric field gives the magnetic field, and fourth equation suggests that change in the magnetic field gives the electric field. So here, if we go through the sources of electromagnetic wave, that is based on the Maxwell equations, based on the last two equations. Here, if we consider that external electric force is provided to the charge, then charge start to oscillate with some frequency. That oscillation of the charges gets the acceleration of charge, and while this acceleration of charge is present, then magnetic field is generated around it. Here it gives that oscillation of electric field which produce the magnetic field, and this change in the magnetic field produce electric field. So and so on, this process is moving on. Initially, as the electric force is provided, it produces the electric field. By changing the electric field, magnetic field is generated, and change in the magnetic field, electric field is generated. So here, based on this Maxwell last two equations, electromagnetic wave is generated. For example, sound wave is there. While we speak something, this wave is propagating through the space by carrying that oscillating electric and magnetic field. The frequency of electromagnetic wave, that is equal to the frequency of oscillations of the charge, is generated. This particular electromagnetic wave can propagate by carrying the energy of the source, that is an accelerated charge. If we compare the frequency with the present around us light signal, for example, yellow light having the frequency 6 into 10 raised to 14 Hertz, and by the circuitry we able to generate 10 raised to 11 Hertz frequency. So whatever the demonstration has been done, that is based on the low frequency signal, that is known as a radio signal. Hertz had done some experiments on the Maxwell theory and gives the electromagnetic wave existence. After the 7 years of Hertz experiment, Jagdish Chandra Bose working at Kolkata, and he produced and observed the electromagnetic wave at the shorter wavelength in the range of 25 millimeter to 5 millimeter. At the same time, Marconi also performing on Hertz work in Italy, and he succeeded to transmit the electromagnetic wave at the longer distance in the range of kilometers. And from that point, the beginning of communication is started using electromagnetic wave, that is a started point of wireless communication. Here, let us go through the next topic, nature of electromagnetic waves. Here we can see that electromagnetic wave is generated based on the electric and magnetic field variation, and these both fields are generated based on the previously generated responsible field. So electromagnetic wave is basically electric field and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other with respect to the direction of propagation. As we can see in the diagram, direction of wave propagation is available in the z direction. Electric field variation is available on x direction, and variation of magnetic field is available in y direction. So here electric field E and magnetic field B both are perpendicular to each other, and the electromagnetic wave is propagating in z direction. So here we can define Ex electric field, By magnetic field. These both components are sinusoidally varying. So we can mention in terms of equation, that is Ex equal to E0 sine kz minus omega t, and By equal to B0 sine kz minus omega t. Here E0 and B0 gives the maximum amplitude or maximum field value for electric field and magnetic field respectively. Kz component, here Z defines the direction of propagation, the wave propagation. K is the constant value, that is a 2 pi by lambda. Lambda defines the wavelength of the electromagnetic wave. Omega is the angular frequency, that is equal to 2 pi f, and f is the linear frequency. So here the speed of propagation of wave can be defined with omega by k value. And so here from the Maxwell equation it defines omega equal to ck, and c is the speed of light signal in free space, that is with the equation 1 upon under root mu 0 epsilon 0. Mu 0 is the permeability in free space, epsilon 0 is the permittivity in free space of air. So omega equal to ck is the standard formula for electromagnetic wave. So if we equate these equations, that V or F, the frequency equal to omega upon 2 pi, and wavelength, that is lambda equal to 2 pi by k, so we able to get V lambda equal to C, or V equal to C by lambda. That is the relation between frequency and wavelength of electromagnetic wave. Based on the Maxwell equation, we able to get the relation between B0 and E0, that is B0 equal to E0 by C. These electromagnetic waves are self-sustaining in air by changing or based on the oscillations of electric and magnetic field. This electromagnetic wave can travel through the air without a medium. No physical medium is required. For example, sound wave can propagate through the air by the compression and rarefaction. This sound wave also can propagate through the medium, for example in solid, in which there is a resistance of sphere is available and the velocity of wave can be reduced. Here water waves are there which are moving horizontally and rapidly onwards, and their components are available vertically which are perpendicular to each other. Likewise, electric and magnetic waves are oscillating with respect to time in space in vacuum. If electromagnetic waves are propagating through the glass, then based on the property of the material, speed of that wave can be reduced. As we know the speed of light in free space, that c equal to under root mu 0 epsilon 0. But if any physical medium is existed, so instead of that mu 0 and epsilon 0, we are supposed to mention mu and epsilon, that is the permeability and permittivity of that used material. So the velocity of light in a medium, that V equal to 1 upon under root mu epsilon 0. For example, light wave can propagate through the air in a free space. As well, this light wave can propagate through the glass by the velocity V equal to 1 upon under root mu epsilon. That mu and epsilon is permeability and permittivity of glass material. Here the refractive index of a one medium with respect to other, it gives the ratio of velocity. And based on that, we can define the length is covered by that particular wave. As we know, velocity of light is c equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So we can say that in 1 second, 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter distance can be covered, or 1 meter distance can be covered in 1 upon 3 into 10 raised to 8 second duration. We can take any one parameter as a reference and other quantity we can define. Likewise, we can say that 1 meter distance can be travelled by the light in vacuum by having 1 upon c second. This time can give the accurate value of frequency through which light is propagating further. Here electromagnetic wave can be demonstrated as the wave with the 10 million times wavelength of light wave, and they can propagate by the reflection, refraction, diffraction and polarization. These forms are basically can define that in a standard way, that electromagnetic wave that is in the nature of radiation. It radiates through the medium. This electromagnetic wave can be determined based on the wavelength. This wavelength can measure based on measure with the distance between two successive nodes, and the formula is V equal to V into lambda, that is frequency equal to velocity into lambda. These electromagnetic waves can travel, can radiate, for example with the radio wave, that is AM radio, that is amplitude modulated signal, in which higher frequency over which lower frequency is superimposed to travel at the longer distance, in which amplitude as a parameter is going to be varied. If FM we are utilizing nowadays, that is a frequency modulation, in which frequency parameter is going to vary by we superimposing low frequency signal onto the high frequency signal. This superimposing process is necessary to travel a low frequency signal at a longer distance, because low frequency signal cannot travel at a longer distance. So we need to take support as a carrier of high frequency signal. So for the receiving purpose, antenna is utilized which can receive the electric part of the signal. If this antenna tuned horizontally, then the signal can less signal can be received, and if the signal is oriented at vertically, then larger signal strength can be received. If this antenna horizontally oriented, then magnetic component can be received, but which is having a less energy. So in general, our antennas are oriented vertically to receive a maximum electric field. This orientation of the antenna for the radio signal plays the major role. While this signal is propagating through the medium, it carries energy as well as momentum. As we know, electric field energy, that is epsilon 0 E square by 2, and magnetic field energy, that density is B square by 2 mu 0. This equations we have already calculated earlier. Now this electromagnetic wave carries both electric field and magnetic field. So along with that fields, their energy density is available. So we can say that EM wave can carry the energy. While this EM wave is propagating through the air, momentum of the wave is available. While this momentum is present, it exerts a force, it gives the pressure, and that pressure is known as radiation pressure. While this total energy transferred through the surface, that total energy, for example, defined as a U in time t, so that momentum is defined P equals to U by C. For example, if sun rays are falling on our hand within a surface area for certain time duration, then our hand get warm. That the light rays have the velocity c equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. While these rays are falling on our palm, it is having a momentum 7 into 10 raised to minus 6 Newton per meter square, and it covered, for example, surface area 10 centimeter square. By having that relation, it exert a force about 10 raised to minus 9 Newton. That force is very much less, and that's why that is not experienced by our hand. But actually, while these sun rays are having a momentum, that gives a pressure in terms of force which is very less. So here electromagnetic wave can carry in the momentum. Based on that energy, TV signal can broadcast and they can carry the energy which is available on a television screen. Here we are going to end this session. Hope you understood. Thank you.